Hey everyone! In this episode, we've got some not so scary spooky stories for you. That's right! To make sure we don't scare you unintentionally, there won't be any horrific scenes, terrifying sound effects, or creepy background music. We'll just use some dramatic tones in our storytelling, but we won't suddenly raise our voices to give you a scare. Hope you enjoy our stories! That mutt was not the shadow you saw in the mirror. What? That's right, he was not that shadow in the mirror. Hey guys, I'm Curio the cat. And I'm Zumi the dog. Halloween is just around the corner, and my friend Zumi has an adventurous story to share with you today. That's right, Curio. It happened last year, also on Halloween, when our owner took us out to the countryside. Yep, the farmers there have some really exciting Halloween events every year. Our owner is friends with a local farmer, and we got invited last year. Yep, it was a blast. After a delicious feast for both humans and pets, while the humans gathered around the campfire to tell horror stories, us dogs decided to go on an adventure. Right, and us cats decided to take a nap. You know, as we always do. I know, pal, you cats miss out on a lot. There were 4 of us dogs roaming far into the woods nearby because we heard about this haunted house. Luckily, we weren't lost and we found it. An old house looming ominously beneath the moonlight. It wasn't a mansion, but it wasn't tiny either. I'm not gonna lie. We all felt a chill up our spines. A brave pup said, "This is what we came for. A free haunted house experience without having to sneak into an amusement park. Let's go in." With our hearts racing, we stepped inside. We scattered to check out the first floor and found no one. But then we heard it. A soft whisper floating down from the second floor. Unfortunately, we couldn't make out what it said. Frightened and curious at the same time, we decided to head upstairs to investigate. Climbing the creaking stairs, we entered an empty bedroom. There was a dusty mirror leaning against the wall, illuminated by the moonlight streaming in through a broken window. This time, we didn't want to split up, and we stuck close together. We gathered in front of the mirror. Our reflections were barely visible through all the dust. Suddenly, a dark silhouette emerged behind us in the mirror, its eyes glowing like embers. We screamed and turned around, only to find nothing there. We glanced back at the mirror, and the shadow was there again, eyes blazing even brighter. When we turned again, the room was still empty. Just the echo of a soft whisper drifting through the air. Panic surged, and we sprinted for the door on the first floor. Thanks to all the practice of being chased by squirrels, thanks to the practice of chasing squirrels, I was the fastest and dashed out of the house first. The other pups came out right after me. But then, all of a sudden, a dog about my size burst out of the house after us with a chipped bowl in his mouth. Fear froze us all in place. He was a mutt, young, with dirty, messy fur. But he looked pretty friendly. He put the bowl on the ground and started wagging his tail. He didn't say a word, but he nudged the bowl slightly towards us, like he was asking for food. I tilted my head and asked him, "You want some snacks?" He still didn't say anything, but kept panting with his tongue out, making the goofiest sound. Luckily, one of us had a small bag of cut sausages tied to his collar. His owner prepared it for emergencies. We tossed the sausages into the bowl, the mutt boy snatched it up and ran back to the house. After we got back to the farm, we all burst into laughter when we realized what had terrified us was just a hungry stray pup. All that fear for a little guy looking for a snack. What's up, Curio? Isn't it kind of funny? We dogs always think we're like warriors, defenders of our yards, but we can be so scared too. Isn't that ironic? Are you okay, Curio? This is the first time I'm telling this story to our audience, but I've shared it with you before. I can't hold this back anymore. What are you talking about, Curio? Let me ask you something. Some questions I've never asked you before. It's been a year. It really bothers me if I don't ask you. What on earth is going on? Just think carefully, Zumi. You told me that mutt was a little tan and gray under the moonlight, right? Right. And he had a noticeable diagonal scar on his left ear. When he ran back to the house, you saw his tail was generally furry, but one part was kind of sparse, and you thought it might have been burned by fire. Well, right. I did tell you that. I just didn't share it with our audience. So that means the mutt you described to me should be the only dog in the entire world that looked like that. Otherwise, it would be a crazy coincidence, right? Right. The truth is, what I can't hold back from telling you is... What is it? That mutt was not the shadow you saw in the mirror. What? That's right. He was not that shadow in the mirror. Wait. How do you know that? How do you know anything about that mutt and that house? You dogs really haven't figured it out, have you? Figured what out? You said that mutt didn't say a word, even when you asked him a question. He only used his nose and mouth to gesture. But how could you hear his whisper if he couldn't even speak? Oh my! Plus, that mutt was a boy, but the whisper was a female voice. What the? How did you know the whisper was a female voice? I never told you that. Even I almost forgot about it, cause I also went there. What? After your dogs came back and started telling all the pets and farm animals about your adventure, the next day, a few of us cats, 5 to be exact, went into the woods ourselves to explore the house. What the? Why have you never told me about your story? Because we didn't want you to know that we cats also ran away without telling our owners like you dogs did. What are you talking about? We dogs are always loyal. Alright, fine, we did run into the woods without telling our owners. But it doesn't matter now. Just tell me what you cats found out. So 5 of us cats formed an adventure group and we called it Curiosity Killed Cat. Seriously? That was the name you cats came up with for your adventure to a haunted house? Shush, listen. We ventured to that house, and right in front of the door was this mutt with a slightly damaged bowl next to him. That was the mutt boy you mentioned. We heard from you that he might be hungry, so we brought some leftover steak for him, but he didn't eat it right away. He seemed friendly enough, and he gestured to us like he was telling us to come in. Against our better judgment, we followed him inside. Remember this. From that moment on, this mutt boy never left our side, and he never uttered a single word. We checked out the first floor, and didn't find anyone. But then from the second floor, we heard it. A soft and chilling female whisper, while the mutt boy was still right there with us. His breath, along with that whisper, made the whole place feel colder than a frozen lake, freezing the blood in our veins. I spoke to my fellow cat buddies. We are cats. Curiosity drives us. Don't worry, unlike dogs, we have 9 lives. With a mix of fear and boldness, we walked upstairs. Nice pep talk, Curio, but next time could you please not encourage your cat squad by talking down about us dogs? Listen to me. When we reached the second floor, we encountered the same horror you described. We stared into the mirror, and there it was, a shadowy figure with glowing eyes lurking behind us. But the mutt was in front of us. We knew it couldn't be him. We turned around, but the space behind us was empty. We looked back into the mirror. The shadow still lingered, eyes burning even brighter. When we turned back again, still no one was there. One cat screamed, "Screw you, Curio! It's not curiosity that kills us. It's you, Curio! I should never have come upstairs. I'm out of here now." Immediately, we all started racing downstairs trying to leave the house. Oh, you are running away too? Yeah, I don't want to be killed by myself either. Imagine a newspaper headline. Curio killed the cat. Hey, it's not funny, Zumi. We were running away, but we could hear someone chasing us. It wasn't the mutt. He was running ahead of us all. It was someone else chasing us. Just as we almost reached the door, the mutt slammed it shut. What the? We were trapped. The mutt urged us to get in the house. It was a trap. Oh my, how did you escape? We were all so scared. We thought we were gonna lose all our lives. Like 5 times 9 equals 45 lives all at once. We turned around to see what was chasing us. But there wasn't enough light on the first floor, especially with the door closed. Even with our awesome night vision, we couldn't see much. It was just too dark. All we could make out was a vague figure standing about 20 steps away, looking like a canine, and a bit bigger than the mutt boy. None of us dared to move a muscle, and none of us seemed to know what to do. Then that canine figure whispered again. This time, we heard her clearly. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. Her voice was hauntingly sad, and not aggressive. But we still didn't want to get closer. At that moment, the mutt boy snatched the bowl with the steak and walked towards the female figure. With no one guarding the door, we finally opened it and escaped. With the door open, there should have been enough moonlight in the house for us cats to see what that female canine really looked like, but none of us bothered to look back. Eventually, we made it back to the farm. The 5 of us cats promised each other we wouldn't tell our story to anyone, at least not anytime soon after that night. And that's the end of my story. Wow, it sounds like there's a huge story behind that house. Yeah. It wasn't my fault. Her whisper implies 1,000 words, doesn't it? I know, right? Now I'm thinking maybe she just wanted someone to hear her sad experiences. You know what? I think our owner is going to the countryside again this year for Halloween. Oh, really? Yeah. How about this time we cats and dogs team up to uncover the whole story behind that house? That's a great idea. I just hope that mud boy and that female canine are still there. If we can help them in any way, we will. Fantastic. Alright folks, unfortunately we have to wrap up today's episode. We'll explore that haunted house again this Halloween and update you on what we find. That's right. Hope you enjoyed our stories today. Let us know if you want to hear more of our adventures. Yes please, and we'll see you next time. Peace. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed our video, please leave a like and subscribe to help us promote our channel. Also drop your comments and let us know what video ideas you like. We'll keep bringing you more funny content. See you next time!